Hey guys, we're Mark and Catherine, and we just returned from Redfish Lake in the Sawtooth Mountains of central Idaho, and we're so excited to share with you our favorite hikes and adventures.
Redfish Lake, at an elevation of almost 6,500 feet, is located in the heart of the Sawtooth Mountains near Stanley, Idaho. It is the largest lake in the Sawtooths and is named after the brilliant red sockeye salmon commonly found there. From fishing and boating on scenic Redfish Lake, or hiking over the Continental Divide, to relaxing on the porch of the 1920s rustic lodge, Redfish Lake has it all.
Let's start this video off with the hike to the Bench Lakes, a series of 5 alpine glacial lakes which are set high in the Sawtooths. Your 4-mile hike begins at Fish Hook Creek Trailhead. You'll hike along the ridge overlooking the western shore of Redfish Lake. When we were there was a large forest fire nearby with tanker planes flying all around us, but favorable winds left us with fantastic views of the lake and towering mountains above. After hiking 3 miles, you'll reach the Bench Lakes Spur Trail, and a mile later, the first of the lakes will come into view. The best part about this hike was the brisk swim in the Alpine Lake, and at nearly 8,000 feet elevation, the water was pretty cold.
On your way out, you can retrace your steps back 4 miles to the original trailhead, or better yet, continue out along the ridge trail and down a few switchbacks to the trailhead at the end of Redfish Lake. Here you'll find the boat dock where you can catch the shuttle boat back to the lodge.
So we went up to the Bench Lakes knowing that from there it would be 3 miles back to the dock. And so we had enough time to do that. But unfortunately, we've gone 3 miles and we're not anywhere near the dock. So we're hoping we still get there. We've got about a half hour to get wherever the dock is, and it's down that way.
We were relieved to make it there on time.
How good does this feel? I mean, I love a great adventure, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty stoked we made it to the boat.
You did not want to miss the boats.
Yeah.
But to our surprise, there wasn't a boat there.
So we're sitting here on the boat dock, kind of waiting for the boats to arrive. No
And
boats,
there's
no
nobody
people,
here.
no nothing. They said there's gonna be a boat here, but we'll see.
The only other option would be to retrace our footsteps a full 8 miles back to the lodge in the dark. But thankfully, before starting the return hike, the boat arrived.
What a welcome sight.
Kind of happy. We didn't want to hike. We were going to, but we didn't really want to, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
And after a joyful ride across the lake, we made it back in time to enjoy the views of the lake and marina from the porch of the Redfish Lake Lodge.
I loved it. You know what the best thing was?
What was that?
Not have to walk 6 miles back.
That was great, yeah.
Now, our favorite hike in the Sawtooths is the hike to Alpine Lake and the Continental Divide. Here is where we really appreciated the Redfish shuttle boat. We hopped on early in the morning and headed across the lake, where we started our fantastic 18-mile out and back hike. You'll meander on the trail along Redfish Lake Creek through a garden of gigantic boulders which have fallen around you from the scenic peaks above. At the fork in the trail at Flat Rock Junction, the hike to Alpine Lake becomes more difficult with a series of challenging switchbacks. Once the trail flattens out, you'll find yourself on the edge of gorgeous Alpine Lake. After soaking in the beautiful views of the lake and rugged mountain scenery, we proceeded a few miles further through another series of steep switchbacks and high mountain lakes.
Here we are with another beautiful lake behind us. Yeah, it just doesn't stop up here. Amazing beauty over and over and over again.
At nearly 10,000 feet, as we crested the top of the Continental Divide, we couldn't believe our eyes. We were totally blown away by the picturesque views, and it felt like we were entering a real-life postcard scene.
Yeah, we're on the Continental Divide. It's beautiful. We have Alpine Lake on that side, and we have the Barren Lakes over on this side. Not many places to get a hike actually up to the divide, but this is one of the best ones, so yeah, happy to be here.
The return hike back to the boat dock is long and arduous, but thankfully mostly downhill.
Sawtooths, baby!
Ow! And we're on our way down.
We are. So yeah, this is probably gonna be about 18, 19 miles today, our biggest one. We did a bunch of 17s, but yeah, this is our biggest one. So we're enjoying it on the way down. Gonna go for a little swim in the lake down at Redfish Lake and then catch the boat and head back.
Woohoo! When we were there, we could see and hear through the trees above us multiple tanker planes as we arrived at the boat dock with about an hour to spare. To our delight, as we waited for our shuttle boat, one of the tanker planes began flying closer and closer to us as he repeatedly dipped into the lake. Even more exciting was our return trip to the lodge. The plane flew quickly toward us, skimming above the water, narrowly missing us as it passed by.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out some of our other cool videos.
Wow.
B-double-E-double-R-U-N-B, run. How's the rest go?